So today I'm going to show you my update on my Vanguard retirement IRA account. We're going to kind of just jump right into it right over here. So what we're going to be looking at is my current stat with my performance. So you can see here, first and foremost, this investment return right now is nearing almost $30,000. As far as what we put into it prior is about 47,123. That's a little of a miscalc because of the fact that I did a rollover a couple of years ago in 2017. As you can see, that's kind of when this started once I kind of plop in the numbers, because that's 18 and then that's 2017, I should say. Let me just write that in, 2017. So pretty much, though, a little bit of this is kind of skewed in the fact that some of that I rolled over back in 2017 was with my company that they gave me. And then once I added my wife's retirement account as well, too, once that rolled over, that was, again, also partially done with some of the money that the companies gave us. But nonetheless, you can see here our total rate of return is about 17.2%. And our total balance right now is $76,295. I'm honestly pretty stoked about this performance as well too. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so if I go right over here, you can see just in general, how much we've invested, our total income return, and everything else as well too. So right now with our total 29,000 return, 23,000 and almost $800 of that is market gains. And then the income return is about $5,374. Now, in this account, I'm not really focused in on caring about the dividends as of right now. I am really more so focused on the capital gains, or not capital gains, on the gains in general. So you can see here, like, it's ups and downs, like, obviously with everything that happened back in, early last year of 2020. Let's see if we can find that. That was obviously this huge dip right over here. But then just in general, all of this as well too is just really great growth across the board. The nice thing is some of this honestly was just the pure fact of growth, not even obviously investing it, because for, I think it was 2018, and a good chunk of 2019, we weren't even able to invest a lot of it into the marketplace in general, just because of the fact that we were trying to grow businesses and investing in those things versus investing into our retirement accounts. But overall, it looked really nice at this point, now that we can not only invest more money into it, but then the growth is obviously taking over. The fact that we're getting closer and closer to the point where we will have more investment returns than the actual amount that we've been able to put in to the account, I think that is going to be really cool. So I would suspect in the next year or 2 years, depending on how the market moves, that that's something we can see. I'm also going to want to show you guys, I told you, $5,374 in returns for income, but I also want to show you just in dividends as well too. Kind of in a little bit more of a breakdown with some of this. But before I do that, if you guys want to support the channel a little bit, we do also have a link in the show notes down below to be able to refinance your student loans with Earnest. I've been working with them for a very, very long time, and they do help people be able to save money on their student loans. It takes about 2 minutes to check your rates, but again, that link down below not only supports the channel and gets you right there, but if you end up refinancing with them, you get a nice little $100 bonus with going through that process and refinancing your loans. So hopefully that helps you guys out in that process, because it's nice to save some extra money to be able to do really cool things. So if we go to my dividend tracker, which currently I'm on my M1 Finance account, so let me switch this over because I was just doing a video there. So let me kind of zoom out a little bit here. So this is my Vanguard sheet right over here on my spreadsheet, which if you want this for free, it'll be in the show notes as well too, right next to that Earnest link. But what this does is kind of just show you how much I've been earning since 2019, just as far as actual dividends. The total that you saw on the Vanguard portfolio, that was also capital gains and some of that stuff as well too. So this is just dividends. The companies that we have are only paying out pretty much the last quarter of every, or the last month of every quarter. So you can see a bunch of zeros in here. So in 2019, we earned, I kind of cut that off, $650 in total for dividends. Last year in 2020, we actually earned $779.02. So a pretty healthy increase from one year to the next. And then I'm only going to suspect that 2021 will have even more growth. We haven't gotten paid out the first month, which would be in March. So we're still going to be waiting on that. But we can kind of see here, obviously 2019 and 2020 Wasn't a big jump, but that was also with everything going on in the market. Some companies kind of held back on dividends. And since we are invested in mutual funds / ETFs in Vanguard, all the stuff right over here that kind of like turned off to the side, all the stuff that we have is pretty much just all invested into that. So I don't have really individual stocks, so that's why we're only getting paid out once a quarter on there, but I suspect that that will be there. So since tracking this back in 2019, we've already earned, it's kind of cut off there. Yeah, there we go. We earned a total of $1,429.31 in total for this one, but obviously there was a little bit more that came with it as well too. So if I switch back over here, I think if I can zoom down just a little bit more, let's zoom in. So right here, you can see out of the 2 accounts we have, like I said, the total was about $76,000, almost $300. 63 of that comes from my retirement account, and then about 12,458 was from my wife. So I did start a couple years earlier, so I was about 20 years old when I started my portfolio and got into it. But of course, everyone's going to be a little bit different in where they're getting started. But I think the sooner you do, the better you're going to be off. And if you started late, that's okay, because you're still going to keep on growing. Now, I want you to keep on learning more when it comes to investing and getting started with your portfolios and kind of keeping up to date with what I'm up to. So check out my video here to learn exactly how much I earned in dividends last month. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in that next video.